Hey everyone, this is Pallavi. In today's video, we are looking at a sharp round one clash between two of India's brightest stars, Gukesh and Pragnananda, at the Grand Chess Tour Superbit Chess Classic Romania 2025. Sacrifices, rook leads, and perpetual checks. This game has it all. Let's dive in. So white started with d4 occupying the center. Black also played d5 occupying the center as well. c4. This is the queen's gambit, attacking the center pawn from the side. Now black took d takes c4. Now this is called queen's gambit accepted. Knight f3. Developing towards the center, adding more support to the central d pawn. c5. Now black attacks the central pawn with his side pawn. Now white played d5. Instead of capturing the c pawn and getting back a pawn, white advances his central pawn with the support of his queen. Now black replied with knight f6, developing normally and also eyeing central squares like e4. And now white played knight to c3, developing towards the center, supporting d5 and also the e4 square for pawn push to e4. e6, preparing to break back in the center and open lines. Standard Queen's Gambit accepted ideas. Now white played e4. White builds a strong center. Black immediately challenges it with e takes d5. Then white captured e takes d5. Black developed his bishop on d6 and while supporting the e5 square. Notice white has not yet recaptured the c4 pawn. Queen e2 check. A check to misplace black's bishop. Because right now if queen to e7, then knight b5 with a better position for white. So instead black played bishop e7 covering up the check. Bishop f4. White develops and pressures d6. And black castled on the king side. White castles long, signaling a kingside attack. Bishop d6. Black repeats bishop d6, moved twice. Bishop d6 and then bishop e7 and now again back to bishop d6, possibly aiming for flexibility or central contest. Queen takes c4. White finally regains the pawn. Now black played a6. Black plays a prophylactic move, stopping move like knight b5 and likely preparing pawn to b5. Bishop takes d6 and then queen takes d6. Simplifying the position, bishop pair is now gone with minor structural imbalances. Now white played bishop to d3, develops on an open diagonal. b5. Black expands on the queen side, showing clear intent to launch a counter attack. Queen h4. White saves the queen and initiates kingside pressure. Knight bd7. Develops while supporting e5 and c5 squares. And now white played rook he1. White brings in the rook on an open file. Potential rook e3 and rook to g3 swing. h6. Black stops knight g5 ideas. Knight to d2. White repositions the knight. Knight takes d5. Now instead of knight takes d5, better was bishop to b7. And now if knight de4, then queen to b6 with the threat of knight takes d5, then bring in the rooks on open files. So after knight takes d5, queen takes d5, central tension is resolved. Black's queen is active but might be vulnerable on d5. Now white played bishop e4. White gains tempo by attacking the queen. Queen d4. Black's queen moves away and pinning it against the white queen. Now knight f3 and then black played queen to c4 check. King b1, rook b8. Black saves the rook and pressures the b file. Strong, logical queenside play to compensate for central risks. Bishop h7 check. A clearance move allowing white to play rook e4 and trap the black queen. But even better was queen e7. Because now, if black plays knight to f6 saving the knight, then rook d8 totally winning for white. And if g6 blocking the way of the bishop, then rook d6 with the threat of bishop takes g6. It's good for white, but rook takes d7. If rook takes d7 right now, then bishop takes d7, queen takes d7, rook d b8, queen c7, and then rook f e8, with slight advantage for black as two rooks dominate the open files and black's pawns are more advanced for a queenside attack. So here, after rook d6, it's better for white. So bishop h7 check, and then king takes h7, and now white played rook to e4, attacking the queen. Black played knight b6. Better was queen takes e4 check, queen takes e4 check, king g8, queen c6, and then knight f6, queen takes c5, knight e4, and then queen e3, bishop f5, king a1, rook f e8, and with counter play for both white and black. But after rook e4, black played knight b6. Now white played rook takes c4, b takes c4, and then king c1. And now black played bishop f5, developing and controlling this diagonal. g4, attacking the bishop, bishop to g6, and now white played a mistake, g5. Instead, better was to play knight e5, if c3, then b3, followed by f4. So after g5, now black played knight a4. White played knight e5. Now Gukesh places the knight centrally, pointing at c4, d7, f7, and g6. Black captured, knight takes b2. Black counterattacks. This is the beginning of a race. Black is grabbing material with threats. Now white played knight takes g6. White eliminates the g6 bishop, dangerous attacker / defender. Now black captured f takes g6. Black has an open kingside but holds the extra pawn. G takes h6 with the threat of rook d7 and winning for white. Now black had to capture knight takes d1. Black is momentarily up material, but the exposed king is under fire. And then white played h takes g7, check, king takes g7, queen e7 check, king h6, queen h4 check, king g7, and perpetual check. Gukesh forces a draw via perpetual check. Black cannot escape the checks without a serious danger. Any attempt to block or escape leads to either mate or losing material. So here, rook f7. If rook f7, then queen e5 check and double attack. So after queen e7 check, this game ended up in a draw, a thrilling draw with rich in strategy and tactics. If you enjoyed the breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more top level chess insights. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.